City Council heard a proposal today on charging for parking at Balboa Park. I'll tell you what exactly is in that plan.
A Logan Heights hookah lounge mandated to close. Why San Diego police say it was a danger to the neighborhood.
And Pepper Park here in National City getting $8 million worth of improvements. I'll show you the renderings and tell you when we can use it.
How much are you willing to pay for a burger? Beef prices are at an all-time high right now when it's hitting consumers and businesses.
The star of a Netflix series, All the Sharks, calls San Diego home. His important message.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
The San Diego City Council is talking about a controversial plan to charge for parking at Balboa Park. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel. The move could bring in millions of dollars for the city every year. CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from outside City Council chambers. Alex, what did the council decide about this today and what is their long-term goal?
Well, Anna, they made no big decisions today. It was just an informational agenda item today as they talked about how exactly they're going to go about charging people to park at Balboa Park.
Terrified of it. It's going to destroy our organization.
David is a member of the Redwood Bridge Club at Balboa Park, and he says his senior members can't afford paying for parking multiple days a week.
I anticipate that we will go out of business, and the Bridge Club will, it's a building in the park they want occupied and used, and they're pushing us out.
The plan by the city proposes a three-tiered system where parking lots near the center of the park would have the highest rates, with rates declining for less central, second-tier locations. And the third tier, the lot at Inspiration Point, would be free for the first 2 hours. The city says all-day rates will range between $5 to $15, depending on the lot.
The residents of this city are subsidizing the pleasure of visitors to this city. That's not okay, and it has to end.
Today, the City Council approved adding 300 metered spaces on 6th Ave and Park Boulevard near Balboa Park that will cost $2.50 an hour. The city attorney says all revenue collected must stay within the park as a park user fee and cannot be used for unrelated general fund purposes, and the funds will be used for park improvements. Paige Turner is a puppeteer in Balboa Park and is worried a parking fee will push away his customers.
We want to charge us to go to the park? It's not a theme park.
The plan proposes residents will be eligible for parking lot day passes at half the highest tiered price. Park employees will be able to park for free in the second and third tiered lots. Paid parking at the San Diego Zoo is still being discussed with zoo management as lease negotiations continue.
There was a lot of emotion in the halls today for City Council, with several of those community groups voicing their really strong opposition to what they say those parking fees is really going to hurt their business. Now, once again, no decision was made today. They're going to go back. They're going to talk about this whole situation a little bit more, and we expect the next vote or the next meeting on this to be coming in September, and then potentially all these new parking fees could start in October. Reporting live from City Council, I'm Alex Cheney, CBS 8.
Thanks, Alex. A man is facing DUI and manslaughter charges tonight following a deadly crash in Chula Vista.
It happened on Bonita Road at Allen School Road around 1:30 this afternoon. Authorities say the driver of a Prius was on Bonita Road, but he didn't make the turn and crossed into oncoming traffic lanes. The car drove up on a sidewalk and hit a maintenance worker before stopping behind some bushes. That worker died at the scene. His name has not been released, but Chopper 8 was overhead shortly after when officers were conducting a field sobriety test before putting a man in handcuffs and taking him into custody. Crews are working to fix a water main break that caused some traffic issues in Santee this morning. This is on Cuyamaca Street near Buena Vista Avenue. At one point, officials closed the on and off ramps to the 52 from Cuyamaca. They're back open now. Right now, we're told more than a dozen people are without power. Now, there is a water trailer available on Airport Vista Road. If you're impacted, bring a container to fill to take back home.
The Center, a nonprofit in Hillcrest that's been helping people in the LGBTQ community for more than half a century, could be forced to lay off employees. That is, if the federal government cuts its funding. Nothing's official just yet, but leaders at the LGBT Center sent a letter to employees earlier this month letting them know layoffs are a real possibility. If the federal government cuts are what's expected and feared, the center could lose about 30% of its funding. We heard from people today about the crucial services the center provides several communities.
I think this place is awesome. They deserve a lot of credit, and their resources are phenomenal and second to none. I've been, struggling with financial issues myself, and without this place, I don't know what I would do.
Leaders say layoffs could happen as soon as September, but there are none confirmed as of now. The center employs about 100 people. Right now, it's not clear how many could be facing a layoff.
Well, what police call a chronic nuisance in Logan Heights is now permanently closed tonight.
The city leaders say they are ordering the Secret Yard Hookah Lounge to close its doors and pay heavy fines. CBS 8's Steffi Roche joins us live from outside the shuttered business. Steffi, what do we know about all of this?
Right. Well, the city attorney's office says the hookah lounge was repeatedly linked to violence and illegal activity. The settlement includes $1.3 million in penalties with a $100,000 payment up front. It also mandates the immediate and permanent closure of the Secret Yard Hookah Lounge and resolves years of enforcement action led by the city attorney's nuisance abatement unit in partnership with SDPD, the San Diego Fire Department, Building and Land Use Enforcement Division, and the California Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control. Earlier today, San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall discussed how the issues around the business range from it serving liquor without proper licensing, police receiving over 200 disturbance-related calls for service, and that drugs and alcohol were sold to minors in the lounge.
We had numerous calls for disturbances. We had murder cases that came from or attempt murder cases that came from this establishment. This affects the quality of life in any neighborhood.
This is video CBS 8 filmed back in January of 2023, where a man was shot in the head right outside the Secret Yard Hookah Lounge. I did reach out to the owner of the Secret Yard this afternoon. By showtime, I'm still waiting to hear back. Meanwhile, Chief Wall says that this is a public safety victory for the city of San Diego and this neighborhood. But for now, reporting live in Logan Heights, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
All right, Steffi, thank you. Tonight, we've got an update on a story we brought you last week about a local artist trying to crack a cold case at Comic-Con. That artist, Joe Mullins, used a 3D printed skull and clay to create a sculpture of a toddler whose remains were found but never identified. This is the final product. Now, after we first aired these images last night, we got multiple calls from viewers saying it looks similar to Jawahi Turner. Jawahi was 2 years old when he disappeared from a Golden Hill playground back in 2002. Despite an exhaustive search, his body has never been found. His stepdad was charged with murder, but not convicted because of a mistrial. After inquiries from our viewers, Joe reached out to the San Diego Medical Examiner's Office. He was told Jawahi's DNA has been in a national database since 2004, but it has never matched with any unidentified remains, including the case he's working on.
So they got DNA from the case that we were working on at Comic-Con. The 2 to 3 year olds would have been put in the system and it didn't kick back any results. So that's with Jawahi beat in that database, he's already eliminated.
While it's not the ending some viewers had hoped, Joe tells us he appreciates the renewed interest in both cases, saying the families of every missing or unidentified child deserves to have closure.
New details on an $8 million investment along the bay in National City. CBS 8's Jenny Day tells us about the Pepper Park makeover and some temporary closures.
Yeah, as construction continues, parts of the park will be closed, starting with the fishing pier for the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to lose access to the open green space until the park is complete in January.
And it was time for improvement to it.
Pepper Park on Tidelands Avenue is being completely transformed. This was it before, right now, and the plan.
It's just one that is a little bit of a gem in National City in that area.
And soon it will shine even brighter, according to the Port of San Diego. All 5.2 acres surrounded by the National City Marine Terminal are being revitalized.
We're installing the first splash pad on Port Highlands, which is going to be very exciting. And just improving some of the utilities out there and the infrastructure related to the conversation and adding some additional conduit to the fishing pier.
In addition to the fishing pier and splash pad, the port is sticking with the maritime theme and installing a pirate playground. Also a perched beach area, a new entry plaza and terrace, picnic area, new lighting and landscaping, and other park amenities like bathrooms.
What's neat is that a lot of these improvements that you're seeing come alive, it was due to a lot of community involvement.
I think it's going to be really cool. The Vega family uses the park and the boat launch, which, by the way, will remain open all through construction.
We go fishing a lot.
And the port tells me that's the goal: enhance recreation opportunities and improve public access to the beautiful bayfront.
In the midst of these closures is just continue to have several areas of the park open so that there won't be at one point in this construction that the entire park's closed down.
The $8 million project being paid for by the port, federal, and state funds.
One thing that's really important to us is getting it open for our the public to really start utilizing the new improvements there.
And the port already has a vision for phase 2. They need to secure funding first, but it would include expanding the waterfront promenade by another 2.5 acres. So until then, again, this portion of the project will be complete by early next year. Reporting from National City, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
I just love the name Pepper Park. Okay, listen to this. San Diego fire and lifeguard crews rescue a woman and her dog trapped on a cliff near Black's Beach. It happened around 8:30 this morning. Authorities say the woman was walking her dog when the dog chased after a coyote and fell down a few feet. Well, the woman went after her dog and got stuck herself. A helicopter crew helped guide the woman to safety while fire crews rappelled down the cliff to save the dog. The woman and her dog were reunited at the beach below the cliff.
You can tell she's pretty relieved by that, holding on to her pup.
And the dog has no idea the commotion that he created.
The government, the U.S. government, is agreeing to pay the family of a man killed by a Border Patrol agent after illegally crossing into the U.S.
We've got those details still ahead. Plus, we're working for you, trying to sort through what you need to know about changes to the city of San Diego's trash pickup.
But first, your next cookout might feature some pricey patties. We look into why beef prices are skyrocketing and when there might be some relief.
It was a mild start to the week, but temperatures are going to stay in that near seasonal range. Now, that's going to be throughout much of this week. And as we go into tonight, we're already starting to see that marine layer rolling right back in. 68 degrees is the current temperature for downtown. We'll take a look at your complete forecast coming up.